Hey everybody, figured it was time for my next video to go up here, and today, I was looking through some old messages in my group chat with my friends, and I came across one that I had sent, and it reminded me of a very interesting and very pertinent topic. So there's a stat out there, and I forget the exact number, so you can't exactly pull it out as a direct quote from me. But there's a number out there, and there's a stat that for instances of teen mothers having a child, the age of the father of the child is on average like 5 or 6 years older or more than the mother is. So, like for a 16-year-old mother who has a baby, the father on average is going to be like 22. Um, and again, I forget the exact figures, and obviously it's an average, so there are outliers on both sides of the spectrum. But my point here is, if the average father of a teen mother is in his early 20s, why is the narrative always about teen mothers and their irresponsibility rather than this child just got knocked up by an adult? I never really understood that, because shouldn't it be more about, hey, these gross ass men, these adult men are creeping on and knocking up a underage child? Like, I feel like that should be the priority here of headlines and of societal scorn and pressure. But no, it's always those irresponsible teen mothers who just can't close their legs. Why is it always that? And why is it never ever the focus on the adult man that knocked up this kid? And even if, let's say, even if it's not an adult man that gets this kid pregnant, let's say it's a kid who's also her age. Let's say it's two 16-year-olds, like they have sex, and then and then a child is on the way, and the father is 16 years old, just like the mother. Why is it still never really him who's highlighted? Even those, even those like teen pregnancy reality shows that used to be on the air in the 2000s, or maybe the very early part of the 2010s. I remember happening to see those every so often on some trashy channel on TV, and the entire show would be shoving a camera in the mother's face, and then if you were lucky, you might see the father for like 30 seconds of one episode, and they kind of just gloss over him, if anything, or they try and show him like, oh yeah, I want to do whatever I can. Like, why is the emphasis so hard on scolding and punishing teen mothers when the fathers of these children, whether they're teens like the mother or even worse, an adult man, never seem to be subject to the same scrutiny? Why is that? And of course, the answer is misogyny in our deeply misogynist society. But that's my thoughts for today. That's what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to leave that to you to wonder. Why is the impetus always on the teen mother and not the father, whether he's a teen or an adult? Why is that? I want you to really chew on that for a second and think about it, dear viewer, if you were watching this. So other than that, that's all for today. I hope you guys have a nice day.